Why would you do that? You don't need to know that. We're American. I want to know where I come from. I'm proud to say that I am Nigerian. Hey, if you're African American, hang out. I got a word for you. If you're not African American, hang out. You might learn something. Have you ever considered getting your ancestry done? I did too. My problem with getting it done and what always stopped me was I was not at all interested in finding out what European countries um, my ancestors' assaulters were. You see, in the United States, if you are African American more than 3 generations, you have at least 24% European DNA in you. That's a fact of the slave trade. I wasn't interested in that. I wanted to get the African ancestry test. Now, this is not paid at all. Bear with me a little bit. Y'all know I love to tell a story. Okay, so it was a little expensive, but what turned me on about it was it couldn't tell me exactly where my ancestor was stolen from, but it could tell me what tribe I was from. And that intrigued me. I didn't understand why it intrigued me, but it did. So I decided I was going to do it. I ordered the test. And then I made the mistake of saying something to my elders, my parents, my aunts, some older folks. And I was really shocked at the just immediate vitriol that I got from our elder African Americans. Like, why would you do that? You don't need to know that. We're American, you know? And my answer always was, I want to know where I come from. You don't know that you want to know until you know. So I went on ahead and got it. No problem. It comes back American. I very seldom now say that I'm African American because I know where my people come from. I'm Nigerian American, and my tribes are Yoruba and Fulani. Okay. Now, I get my results back and I'm excited. So knowing that my mom and dad were could care less, I share the information with my daughters and my sons and my grandchildren. That's what this story is about. That was 6 years, almost 7 years ago. This weekend, we took the family up into the mountains for some restful, relaxing family time. On the way back down from Vail, my granddaughter was riding in the front seat with me. And as we're talking about different things, she mentions that she took a very, very strong interest in all things Nigerian in the last couple years. That took me by surprise, and I'm in her life daily. So I say, really? Well, we're Nigerian Americans. He said, yeah, that's why I'm like, I can't wait to go over there, Grandma, and see it for myself. And I'm getting into the music and just the history, the Nigerian history, and that's where we're from. I want to know about where we're from. When I tell you guys, I cried almost all the way down that mountain, that whole hour and a half drive. I can't stop thinking about it. This is not a paid advertisement. It's not a sponsorship. This is an honest opinion from an African American. If you don't want to do it for yourself, think about the gift that you're leaving to all the generations that come after you. You may think you don't want to know. I'm telling you, from experience, you don't know that you have a hole until it's filled. If you're going to get an ancestry test, I'm not going to talk you out of getting any of the other ones. I actually did a 23andMe because my eldest daughter wanted to find cousins There's no harm in that. And I did it for her. But for the culture, my grandchildren know where they come from. That's the best review that I could ever give. Hope you enjoyed that. Y'all be blessed.
All right, so I'm going to tell you guys what Ancestry showed me and why I know it's accurate, and then also the comparison between 23andMe in the next video, and show you why I feel it is way more detailed. So here's my Ancestry results. I was really excited to find out I was a lot Nigerian. The most percentage I had was 29% of anything. Now, this fluctuates because when I first did it, I was like, I think 85% African, West African, some of the Bantu, and the rest was like the UK. So I was like 15%, but it's fluctuated as they get more data and it updates. And I know it's accurate because I didn't realize a cousin of mine that I obviously grew up with on my dad's side, she did it and didn't tell me. And it shows up that we are shared cousins, which I thought was so cool. It let me know that the DNA here it's accurate. Now let me show you the other parts that were traces. So if we look here, we have some other West Coast, some Bantu, Wales, England, very small amount. I even had some Scottish and some Irish. So I'm not surprised because I'm going to use the word kidnappers, guys. Our kidnappers had English last names. So I wasn't surprised that we would also have UK in our DNA. Unfortunately, that's how things happened. But what I did find, I watched a video, I think it was called Being Black in Latin America. You can find it on Netflix. It's an amazing series. But what I didn't see is Native in here, Native American. And what I found is that a lot of Black families would claim Native because there was shame in being raped. I mean, you can only imagine, right? They weren't proud of having a child that was half, and there was a lot of danger in that. So a lot of times they were allies with the Native Americans, and it was easier to say that they were Native. That goes for white families as well. Now, I don't know a lot on the history in that, so I'm not going to speak on that, but I know Black people that were passing for white, that were mixed down the line. A lot of times they said they were Native because that was a way to explain why they were in white spaces so they wouldn't be unalived. Okay, so a lot of people are finding out that in fact they weren't Native. There were other things mixed in there, but they were not Native. Now, here's a twist. Just wait till you see my 23andMe results. Insane.